What's up everyone, welcome back to Quintessential MTG, and today we are all the way in Las Vegas and we are gonna go into the Magic 30th convention. We're gonna find some content creators, we're gonna find some Magic celebrities and ask them a bunch of questions. Let's go. So we have the original MTG content creator here.
Hi, I'm Mark Rosewater, head designer for Magic the Gathering, and I've been making content for Magic since 1994.
1994, when did Magic start?
1993.
So, what got you into Magic?
I was working at a game store at the time, and people kept coming in and asking for this game that we didn't have. And so I tracked it down at San Diego Comic-Con, and then I was able to buy it for the first time at a convention in Los Angeles. It was Alpha. And I bought a starter and 3 boosters. And then I went to get more and there was no more. So then when beta came out, I bought 2 boxes of starters and 2 boxes of boosters.
I see.
And so, and I got into it. And it was a great game.
Oh, what is your favorite format or your favorite deck and your favorite card in Magic?
My favorite format is probably some limited format. I like booster draft a lot. There's a lot of 2-person drafts I like Winston draft I like a lot. My favorite deck, I competed in 1 World Championship, the 1994 World Championship I competed in. And I had this blue-green weenie deck that was my favorite deck, I think.
Blue-green weenie?
Yeah, it's blue. It had Script Sprites and Flying Men and Unstable Mutations, and I could beat you on turn 1.
Wow.
Yeah, Concordant Crossroad. So I could play a bird, make a giant, and attack you with it. So.
And what's your favorite card?
My favorite card probably is Morrow, because it's named after me.
Of course, yeah.
But as far as not named after me, probably Dublin Season is my favorite card.
Right. Well, the next question is, why did you start making content?
I started making content because I love making Magic, and I thought people should know how we make it. And so I started making content about the making of Magic because I thought the game was more fun if people knew all the work that went into it.
All right, the last one is a very spicy question.
Okay.
How much money would you say you make from making Magic content?
Oh, from Magic content?
Yeah.
I make nothing from Magic content. I mean, I do have a job, but making Magic content makes me no money, so.
Okay, but it got him a job. That's what it got him.
Well, I mean, I do have a job I love, and I do the content. It's part of my job, but I don't get paid anymore for doing the content.
No, but it's because of the puzzle. That's why you got into Wizards, right?
It helped. Yes, the puzzle helped lead me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, my content got me a job. How's that? Yes. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. All right, we've got Cassius Marsh here. What got you into Magic?
So I was a Pokemon guy, and then Yu-Gi-Oh. I walked into a store looking for Yu-Gi-Oh, and they told me they had Magic. I bought a pack that day, and that was pretty much it, man.
When was it?
I was 11 years old, so I'm 30 now. Wow. So like 19 years ago, yeah.
Okay, cool. And all right, what's your favorite format or favorite deck or favorite card in Magic?
Okay, favorite format, Commander. Favorite deck, I always say Narset because that's what got me into Commander. And my favorite card ever is Time Twister.
Cool. Narset, the Jeskai.
Enlightened Master.
Enlightened Master.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a favorite commander, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you become like a Magic celebrity?
I think, well, what happened for me, I got drafted by Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, Wizards of the Coast is based in Renton, Washington, which is the same place where the Seahawks facility is. So, but I had always been playing and had loved the game. I just didn't tell everybody. And this was before the big social media bang and all that stuff. So, long story short, my car got broken into, and I got my backpack full of like all my modern decks and a couple legacy decks stolen. I tweeted about it and it went viral. GQ covered it, ESPN, SportsCenter, a bunch of, it was pretty wild. It went viral, and Wizards reached out and gifted me. Everybody in the community really got behind me and supported me. It was really, really cool, and I think that's kind of how it happened, because no football players or just professional athletes have ever talked about Magic at that point. And so a lot of people were like, what is Magic? And so it was a cool moment. obviously stemmed from a really like not so cool moment. But yeah, that's I guess how I became famous.
And then you got on game nights.
Yeah. And then I was like, this is dope. You know, people are really responding to me. Like, I'll do some more cool stuff. And I talked to Watsy more and more, and they told me about game nights. Like, they had done like 2 episodes, and they were like, these guys are really cool. We support them. You should go meet up with them. They're in LA. And I did game nights, and I guess the rest is kind of history. And now, you know, you can see our guys up on stage over there. You know, I'm so proud of them. Josh and Jimmy are amazing. They basically have like really made Commander what it is, and so I'm super proud of those guys.
All right, so last question. How much money, roughly, do you make a year just from making Magic content? Or doing, you know, anything Magic related?
So I own a store.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I own Cash Cards Unlimited. So
you can just give us like a rough ballpark.
I don't really pay myself anything right now, you know what I'm saying? So technically not that much money comes from the store. But I don't know, maybe like $100K a year in stuff from Magic. But obviously it's become a little bit different since it's like trading cards in general, you know? So but yeah, I do pretty decent, yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Very nice to meet you, and see you around.
Awesome. Hi, I'm TappyToeClaws. I'm your loud dinosaur friend from the internet. I'm currently Chandra.
Okay, so first question is,
Yes.
what got you into Magic?
What got me into Magic? My first set was Lorwyn. I first got into Lorwyn Black, and I absolutely fell in love with the art. I love that the fairies were creepy and weird, and that the merfolk were also creepy. Everything was just kind of creepy and weird in Lorwyn, and I really liked it. I was a huge fan.
Okay, so what is your favorite format and favorite deck and favorite card in Magic?
Well, I actually really like Limited. I think Limited's probably my favorite way to play, whether it's Cube or whether it's like, you know, a crappy Limited format. So I would probably have to say one of my favorite draft formats ever is Ikoria, because I absolutely love Ikoria. So just like all of the mutate creatures in Ikoria, if I can just draft like a Sultai mutate pile, that's like some of my favorite stuff. Yeah, my favorite deck, I really liked Is It Phoenix when it was in Modern? That was really fun. I really liked Artifact Affinity when it was like a thing that people could do. And then what was the last one?
Do you have a favorite card in Magic?
My favorite card? Probably Joyra. Like any Joyra card is definitely my favorite. Either that or Rampaging Ferocidon.
How much money do you make as a Magic content creator? Like every month or every year? Just figure.
Like not enough, but enough that I have to pay taxes on it. I don't know, like people are pretty generous. I probably get like, I don't actually, like I honestly don't know, and I don't want to say the wrong number. So like,
okay.
So non-zero, but taxable, if that makes sense.
So enough to survive?
Not really, no. I have a day job. Like, I absolutely have a day job too. So, yeah, don't quit your day job.
All right, we have Crim here.
Hi.
So where are you from? What kind of content do you do?
I'm from California, and I do a lot of Magic content for MTG Goldfish. I stream on Twitch.
Yeah. All right, so everyone wants to know, what got you into Magic?
Some friends from high school. They we used to sit around our lunch tables and play all the time. So that's kind of just what got me into it.
Wow, high school, okay.
Oh no, middle school actually.
Middle school. And what's your favorite format or deck or card in Magic?
Dang. Commander, and then Nico Bolas.
Nico Bolas. Grixis. Yes, Grixis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love Grixis.
All right, let's move down.
We're gonna move.
Yeah, we're gonna move. Yeah, let's move. How did you start making content, like Magic the Gathering content?
I got into it just because I've known the game since forever. I played all the time, and like the local game store, everybody would just pretty much have a good time playing Magic with me. So that led to me eventually meeting who would soon be the manager of Goldfish, the owner of Goldfish.
Okay.
And yeah, I just kind of kept going from there.
How much money do you make of making Magic the Gathering content? It's okay if you don't want to share.
It's weird because it's like all over the place, right? Like there's no continuous revenue. It's like I get it from sponsors. It could be anything. It could be like 1 year, I think I made a decent amount from tournament winnings.
Okay.
Like, so I would say like a little bit above like 60 a year,
Okay,
a
okay.
little above.
That's awesome, man. It's great to meet you.
Yeah.
Good luck with this queue. It's super
Thank
long.
you so much.
And we'll see you around.
Yeah. It was
right.
awesome talking to y'all.
Hi, I'm Emma Skyward. I play competitive Magic and occasionally cosplay.
Yes, can you guess what she is? Okay, Emma, what got you into Magic?
So I was actually streaming on Twitch before, and I needed a new game to play, and I'm bad at shooters. And so someone said, you should try card games. Turns out I'm good at card games. So that's why Magic.
And so currently, what's your favorite format and your favorite deck and your favorite card in Magic?
Okay, my favorite format is Pioneer. I'm giving up. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
My favorite format is Pioneer,
fine, you
and my favorite deck is Bant Humans in Pioneer.
Nice.
And I guess that makes my favorite card Thalia, probably. She's a house in that deck. Yeah. Oh, my favorite card of all time is Lovestruck Beast. It was just a good rare from Eldraine. It was very playable, and it had good flavor. My favorite format of all time is Modern, but it's not very fun right now.
Okay, so why did you start making content?
I started making content before I started playing Magic. So I was a semi-professional cosplayer, and then a lot of cosplayers were getting into Twitch, and so I started streaming. And then actually Magic is the 4th game I've streamed. So it took me a while to get here, but I'm happy in Magic.
How much money would you say you make a year just from doing Magic content?
Oh, very little. I make about enough money to pay my internet bill every month. So I make about, it depends on if I have sponsors. So sponsorships can pay, I have a couple sponsors that are paying about $2,000 a campaign right now, which is good. So if you calculate those campaigns in, I probably make about $6,000 a year, which is not enough to live.
Okay, thank you so much. Very nice to meet you. Okay, we found another content creator. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name is Nexy. I go by Nexus MTG on Twitter.
Okay, and how did you get into Magic?
I got into Magic at TwitchCon 2018. In the swag bags, they had the little like starter decks, and then I fell in love with the artwork, and I just immediately, like, it became my whole life.
All right, so what would you say is your favorite format, your favorite deck, and your favorite card in Magic?
Ooh, oh my gosh. My favorite format, so I don't play a lot of constructed, like, I play a lot of drafts. That's primarily my whole thing. My favorite deck is a deck that I'm currently in the process of building, which is an Olamog Ceaseless Hunger EDH deck.
Colorless.
Yeah.
Okay.
For my first EDH deck, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Your favorite card?
And my favorite card, we got to go Earthbind.
Earthbind. That's an interesting one. Okay.
The art.
Oh, it's for the art. It's for the art.
If you know, you know.
How much money do you make from making Magic the Gathering content a year or a month?
Oh God. Well, Magic content isn't my primary content. I make a lot of OnlyFans content.
Right. Okay.
But a lot of my customer base is Magic the Gathering nerds. So like, as a Magic nerd myself, you know, I make a good like $6,000 a month from it.
Wait, from Magic or from?
From doing like the OnlyFans Magic the Gathering, like I tie Magic into doing that work.
Right,
So I make like $6,000 a month from that.
Okay, and
That's
how?
my content creation for that.
I see. So how long do you plan to continue making Magic content?
Kind of indefinitely. It's my whole brand. So I don't see myself really stopping making any Magic content.
Okay, cool. Nexus MTG, right?
Yep.
Okay, very nice to meet you.
All right,
Thank you
nice
so
to
much.
meet you.
I managed to find Sam from Ristic Studies. Sam, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Sam. I run. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm Sam. I run the YouTube channel Ristic Studies. Yeah, I'm in Vegas. I'm happy to be here, and I'm so glad to meet you in person. I did not expect to meet someone from Singapore here, but I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, and we have a bunch of questions. First one is, what got you into Magic?
It was my cousin. He was like my idol as a kid, and he played Magic. He was a tournament guy, but he introduced me to a lot of stuff like Magic and EverQuest, and yeah, he was the reason I'm here recently.
Wow, that's amazing actually.
Yeah.
All right, so next question is, what is your favorite format and favorite deck and favorite card in Magic?
Oh gosh, that's an impossible. My favorite format is Limited, and especially Cube. but mostly I would love to play limited Magic forever. I'd be happy doing that. My favorite deck is, I like any deck that like counteracts what the color normally does. Right. So if you have like a mono white mill deck or like a mono red like 6/6 deck, like I love that. So any deck like that, My favorite card ever is Impossible. I often joke that like my favorite Magic card is the one that I'm looking at,
Is it not Ristic Study?
Not at all. Absolutely not. I despise that card. So.
Okay. Well, next question is about content.
Yeah.
Why did you start making content, like Magic content?
I think the sentiment was that I wanted to participate in the game, and I wanted to I was so excited about Magic, I just wanted to be part of it in some way. And a lot of us that were there at the beginning of YouTube all had the same ideas. Like we were so excited about talking about Magic or whatever that we just wanted to be part of it. So
yeah. Okay, final question, the spiciest one of all. How much money would you say you make every month off of just making Magic content? If you're comfortable with it, of course.
No comment. No, back in the day, there was not a lot of money. Luckily, now I can afford to live because of sponsorships, and like my jobs with Wizards are really, they're awesome. Like I'm so glad I get to work with them directly, like freelance stuff. But because it was never the goal at the beginning, that's why it works now. Like if you're trying to make money at the beginning, it's not gonna happen. You gotta do something you care about and you love, and then the money will come later. So
yeah, very good advice while ignoring the question. But yeah, thank you so much for your time. Really awesome to meet you here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Yes, hi, y'all. I am Taalia Vess.
And today you are?
Well, today I am Elspeth.
Okay, so Taalia, a few questions. First one is, what got you into Magic?
Ooh, what got me into Magic? So I actually played D&D for many years, every single weekend, and eventually at the end of our campaign, they brought over a fat pack, and they were like, we're gonna draft this game. And I was like, okay. So I ended up drafting, and I did really well, and I beat everyone, and I was like, this might be my game. And,
when was that, actually?
That was over a decade ago, so it's been a long time, and pretty much I've only played Magic ever since. So I hopefully will revisit D&D again soon, but that was kind of the barrier. But I also played board games and card games my whole life, so.
Cool, all right, next question is, what is your favorite format, favorite deck, and favorite card in Magic?
That's so hard to ever pick a favorite of I know, because there's so many good cards. So Channel Fireball asked me that same question one time, and I compiled a list of 80 of my favorite cards because I could not pick. So I have 80.
So what was the first one?
Oh God. Okay, well I will say that I really love the artwork, specifically of Dark Ritual, Rebecca Gay. Yeah. Like that, I love that card, the artwork. My favorite format is, it's really close tie between EDH and Limited. Okay. It's really hard to choose one. I guess EDH.
Cool. Do you have a favorite deck?
My favorite deck right now is the Atora. It's Jund Sacrifice, nice. And it is very dirtily but very powerful. Reckless Fireweaver, MVP all the time.
Why did you start making content for Magic?
I wanted to make content for Magic because I realized that there was not very many women out there, and I wanted to just be a presence and a face at these conventions and at tournaments and at the LGS to show other people, and stream on Twitch as well, to just let other people know hey, this game exists and anybody can play it, and I wanted people to feel more welcome, and yeah.
How much money do you make? Maybe a month just doing Magic content?
Okay, I'm very transparent, and it is really, really hard to make money. I've been doing it, I've been a streamer for 4 years on Twitch, and I barely make any money on Twitch. It's really, really hard. So I would say definitely expand your different avenues of income, and I work events to make some extra income. I make videos. I'm making content for myself. I sell Magic cards on Whatnot. I do so many different things. I'm my own marketer, and you just you have to do all that you can to really make it. It's very hard.
So doing all that, is it survivable in terms of what you make?
I'm this year finally getting to the point where I am making a livable income. Yeah. So when I first started making content, I did live at my parents, so I didn't have like a whole lot of bills and stuff, but now I'm able to pay my rent and I'm like living comfortably. So yeah, it takes a lot of work and time, but you can get there.
Yeah, very cool. Go check out Taalia Vess. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much.